On July 20, 1973, Bruce Lee entered a private Hong Kong apartment alive, powerful, and only 32 years old. A few hours later, the world's most famous martial artist was gone, while the people around him struggled to explain what happened. Within hours, rumors named rival fighters, secret societies, angry movie executives, and even trusted associates as possible suspects in his death. Earlier that afternoon, Bruce and producer Raymond Chow had been discussing Game of Death before visiting actress Betty Ting Pei's Kowloon apartment. Bruce later complained of a severe headache, received medication, and entered a quiet bedroom to rest while Chow left for a scheduled dinner. When Betty could not awaken him, urgent telephone calls brought Chow back, followed by a doctor whose attempts to revive Bruce were unsuccessful. An ambulance carried Bruce through the nighttime streets toward Queen Elizabeth Hospital, where doctors officially pronounced him dead shortly after arrival. Then an avoidable decision transformed a medical emergency into an international mystery. Early public statements concealed where Bruce had actually collapsed. That missing detail opened the door to darker theories involving revenge, forbidden martial knowledge, criminal money, professional jealousy, and deliberate murder. But before judging any suspect, we must ask why Bruce Lee's turbulent life had created so many believable enemies around him. Lee rarely avoided confrontation because he believed martial arts should survive honest testing rather than remain protected by reputation. His blunt criticism of rigid techniques offended experienced instructors who had spent decades defending the authority of their traditional schools. At the 1964 Long Beach International Karate Championships, Bruce demonstrated explosive speed before an audience of respected American martial artists. His one-inch punch and rapid movements impressed younger spectators, while his confident explanations challenged accepted ideas about effective fighting. Inside his California schools, Bruce trained students from different ethnic backgrounds and rejected the belief that combat knowledge belonged to one community. He also studied boxing, fencing, conditioning, and multiple Chinese systems, angering purists who believed their inherited methods should remain unchanged. Bruce's confidence sometimes crossed into provocation, especially when he publicly dismissed elaborate movements that he considered ineffective during genuine confrontation. These disputes created resentment and competitive challenges, but disagreement alone did not transform every offended instructor into a violent enemy. No surviving record proves that martial artists organized a campaign to harm him, although later storytellers enlarged ordinary rivalries into dangerous conspiracies. To discover where Bruce developed this fearless appetite for conflict, we must return to the unforgiving streets of his Hong Kong youth. Bruce Lee was born in San Francisco. He grew up inside the crowded neighborhoods of post-war British Hong Kong. By his teenage years, the experienced child actor had developed another reputation among local youths: confident, restless, provocative, and always prepared to fight. Hong Kong's packed streets brought rival groups into frequent confrontation, and Bruce repeatedly entered disputes that sometimes continued away from public attention. After discovering that natural speed could not defeat every opponent, he began studying Wing Chun under IP Man and his senior students. Training taught Bruce direct punches, controlled footwork, close-range defense, and disciplined timing, but it did not immediately calm his aggressive temperament. He continued participating in street and rooftop confrontations between young fighters connected to rival neighborhoods and martial arts schools. In 1958, Bruce redirected part of that competitive energy into organized boxing and won the Hong Kong Schools Championship. However, another serious confrontation produced a police complaint, convincing his increasingly worried family that Hong Kong offered him a dangerous future. In April 1959, his parents sent 18-year-old Bruce to the United States, where his American citizenship offered education and a possible fresh beginning. But would crossing the Pacific end Bruce Lee's conflicts, or bring him directly against the guarded traditions of America's Chinatown schools? Lee's arrival in America did not immediately place him against Chinatown's martial artists, because his first serious teaching work developed in Seattle. While studying and supporting himself, Bruce began teaching practical kung fu to students from several racial and cultural backgrounds. His Seattle classes grew into the first Jun Fan Kung Fu Institute, where training emphasized speed, direct movement, and realistic application. In 1964, Bruce expanded into Oakland with experienced martial artist James Yim Lee, entering the competitive world of Bay Area schools. His public demonstrations attracted attention, but his sharp criticism of traditional routines also offended instructors who considered those methods valuable. According to Bruce Lee's family, some members of San Francisco's Chinese martial arts community opposed his decision to teach non-Chinese students. However, Wong Jack Man later denied that racial restrictions caused the dispute, arguing that Bruce's public challenges provoked the confrontation. Whatever the rumors claimed, Bruce continued teaching openly, and no community authority successfully forced him to exclude non-Chinese students. Whatever the original motive, professional pride and personal disagreement eventually brought Wong Jack Man to Bruce Lee's Oakland school for a private challenge. When Wong Jack Man arrived behind those closed doors, would the encounter become a quick victory or expose weaknesses Bruce never expected? In December 1964, Bruce Lee and Wong Jack Man faced each other inside the Oakland school before only a few invited witnesses. No journalist attended, no camera recorded the encounter, and no neutral official established rules capable of settling later arguments. Even the reason for the challenge remains disputed, with Bruce's supporters and Wong offering fundamentally different explanations. Both sides agreed that Bruce attacked aggressively from the opening moments, forcing the private contest into fast, uncontrolled movement. According to Linda Lee and James Yim Lee, Bruce overwhelmed Wong within approximately 3 minutes and forced him to surrender. Wong rejected that version, describing a much longer struggle without decisive defeat before later offering Bruce a public rematch. Whatever the outcome, Bruce reportedly finished exhausted and frustrated that his techniques had not ended the confrontation more efficiently. Instead of celebrating an easy triumph, he increased his conditioning and began developing a more flexible approach to practical combat. No reliable evidence shows that Wong pursued revenge afterward, and both men continued their separate careers without another documented confrontation. But as Bruce transformed one disputed fight into a new philosophy, could American television transform this unknown instructor into a star? Lee's successful screen test earned him the role of Kato in The Green Hornet, placing his speed before American television audiences. During filming, Bruce moved so quickly that cameras struggled to capture his techniques, forcing him to slow several movements deliberately. Viewers noticed Kato's controlled power immediately, yet Hollywood still positioned the Asian fighter behind a white American leading character. When the series ended after one season, Bruce discovered that popularity did not automatically produce serious leading roles for Asian performers. Unable to control his screen career, he earned income by privately training prominent actors and helping productions design more convincing action. The television series Longstreet later allowed Bruce to express parts of his martial philosophy, but only through another supporting role. Bruce developed a Western television project called The Warrior, centered on a Chinese martial artist traveling through 19th century America. Studios rejected his proposal, while the similar series Kung Fu later appeared with David Carradine, creating a controversy that remains disputed. Available evidence shows racial prejudice and commercial hesitation inside Hollywood, but nothing connecting those barriers to a violent conspiracy against Bruce. Realizing America would not yet make him a leading star, Bruce returned toward Hong Kong, but what powerful industry awaited him there? In 1971, Raymond Chow gave Bruce Lee his first leading opportunity, sending him to Thailand to film The Big Boss. The production was difficult and tightly controlled, yet Bruce's physical presence transformed an ordinary action project into an unprecedented commercial success. Fist of Fury followed, turning Bruce into a symbol of Chinese resistance while intensifying disagreements with director Lo Wei. Determined to control his work, Bruce formed Concord Production and assumed writing, directing, choreography, and starring responsibilities for Way of the Dragon. His new authority allowed greater creative freedom, but every delayed decision now carried financial consequences for crews, investors, and distributors. Competing studios and international distributors recognized his enormous value, surrounding each future project with contracts, negotiations, and increasing commercial pressure. Hong Kong tabloids followed Bruce relentlessly, turning arguments, relationships, physical appearance, and professional disagreements into sensational daily stories. Meanwhile, long filming hours, demanding choreography, intense heat, and continuous training placed growing pressure on Bruce's increasingly exhausted body. Warner Brothers finally joined Golden Harvest to produce Enter the Dragon, giving Bruce the international leading role Hollywood had previously denied him. With unprecedented money and global attention now surrounding him, had Bruce become too valuable for powerful interests to leave uncontrolled? Lee's age, fame, secretive final location, and contradictory early statements created perfect conditions for conspiracy theories to spread internationally. One rumor accused Hong Kong Triads of killing Bruce over supposed protection payments, business control, or his refusal to cooperate. However, no police record, financial document, credible witness, or physical evidence has connected any criminal organization to his death. Another theory blamed traditional martial arts masters, claiming Bruce was punished for challenging established schools and teaching guarded techniques to outsiders. Some believers invoked Dim Mak, an alleged delayed death strike, although medical science provides no credible mechanism supporting such an attack. Others suspected film executives who benefited from Bruce's success, but his continued career offered them greater profits than his sudden disappearance. Raymond Chow and Betty Ting Pei attracted suspicion because their first public explanations obscured the apartment where Bruce actually became unresponsive. Those misleading statements protected private reputations and avoided scandal, but concealment of location alone cannot establish responsibility for murder. Later, Brandon Lee's accidental film set death revived stories of a family curse, replacing missing evidence with another emotionally powerful coincidence. If every popular suspect lacked proof, could an overlooked medical emergency from 2 months earlier provide the first genuine warning? On May 10, 1973, Bruce Lee entered a small Golden Harvest dubbing room to record replacement dialogue for Enter the Dragon. Because air conditioning noise interfered with recording, the enclosed room became intensely warm while Bruce repeated demanding lines and movements. After approximately 30 minutes, Bruce developed a severe headache, became disoriented, and lost consciousness as alarmed crew members called for assistance. At Hong Kong Baptist Hospital, physician Peter Wu diagnosed cerebral edema and used mannitol to reduce the dangerous brain swelling. Bruce regained consciousness after several critical hours, making the episode appear like a frightening emergency that doctors had successfully controlled. He later underwent neurological evaluation in Los Angeles, but physicians found no clear structural explanation for the sudden episode. After recovering, Bruce returned to Hong Kong and resumed the demanding production schedule surrounding his unfinished films and international commitments. Later researchers would examine heat exposure, physical exhaustion, medications, fluid balance, and other possible factors surrounding this first collapse. The crucial clue was not merely that Bruce became unconscious, but that his brain had already swollen once before July. If the same dangerous condition appeared twice within 10 weeks, what biological trigger caused the second episode to become fatal? Official inquest began with one unquestionable finding. Bruce Lee died from severe cerebral edema without evidence of external physical injury. His brain had swollen significantly, creating dangerous pressure inside the skull, but investigators still needed to identify what triggered that swelling. The coroner ruled death by misadventure, concluding that hypersensitivity to Equagesic, containing aspirin and meprobamate, caused the fatal medical reaction. That explanation remained official, although later researchers questioned whether the medicine alone adequately explained both cerebral edema episodes within 10 weeks. A later heatstroke hypothesis examined Hong Kong's temperature, Bruce's extreme workload, and his reportedly reduced ability to release body heat. In 2022, kidney specialists proposed hyponatremia, where disrupted water balance lowers blood sodium and can produce rapid brain swelling. They identified possible contributing factors involving fluid intake, diet, medications, and impaired water excretion, but their reconstruction remains a hypothesis. None of the available medical or forensic evidence supports murder by martial artists, criminal organizations, film executives, or personal associates. The most responsible verdict is that no proven killer existed, while the exact medical trigger remains impossible to establish with complete certainty. Bruce Lee defeated countless barriers during his life, yet his final opponent was likely a hidden medical crisis nobody fully understood. Bruce Lee really murdered, or did he die from natural causes? The question is yours, time travelers. Do not forget to subscribe and follow my journeys through the past as we uncover Earth's greatest mysteries together.